Welcome back to the kitchen. So we're doing first, I've got the jug, I've got funnel and some cheesecloth, and we're going to sieve through the firewater ingredients. This firewater now has been sitting on my kitchen counter now for a couple of months. So what I'm going to do now, open it if I can, and pour all the ingredients to the funnel. So we've got cayenne pepper, apple cider vinegar and a garlic in there. Try to get as much out of it as possible. With all the goodness, I'm going to squeeze on this cheesecloth so we can get as much as possible. It would be ideal to have actually gloves, because this is going to be really spicy. So I squeeze, and I'm going to wash my hands really well after this. So, and we ended up with the most amazing cold and flu season herbal medicine. So when you're going to feel under the weather, flu coming, we're just taking a teaspoon every couple of hours, or anytime from now on, even if you don't feel the cold or we feel absolutely fine, we just take a teaspoon a day. So after I squeeze this real well, this can now go to the compost, and the remaining beautiful juice, shall we say, firewater, can go back to that jar. So I'm going to wash this jar, label it with firewater, and then we're going to pour this liquid back in, and I will keep this in the fridge. This will last for a good while in the fridge. Look how beautiful this looks. Firewater. Our next cold and flu season remedy is our elderberry syrup. The way I make the elderberry syrup, I'm using the elderberries, what we've picked in the summer, these being freeze-dried. So I've put a half a cup of freeze-dried elderberry in this pot with a cup of water, and I let it to rehydrate for about a good 30 to 40 minutes. And now it's ready. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to add another cup of water, and now I'm going to wait until this gets to a simmer. I'm going to simmer this for 10-15 minutes. Now it's getting close to simmer, and I'm going to put a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon to the mixture of our elderberry syrup. At the moment it's more elderberry tea. It's not simmering yet. A few more minutes and it will start simmering on medium heat. I'm going to simmer this for about 15 minutes. After my tea's been simmering for 10 minutes, I'm using a potato masher and just try to mash these elderberries. Take as much goodness out of it as we can. You can use any tool, fork or spoon, anything what you think would work for you. As you can see now, this tea is getting really dark, and all the lovely berry juice makes it nice and dark colour. So in a minute We are going to remove this from heat and leave it to cool down a bit, and then we can strain it through and add the honey. Okay, slightly cool, still very hot. I'm going to put the tea through the strainer. Again, squeeze as much out as much as we can. I'm using the spatula, a wooden spoon, to squeeze as much liquid out of the berries as much as we can. And then, when we're happy, we can add the honey. Add the honey, and the heat of that tea will melt this honey, and then we can put them in a jar. And I'll keep this, same as the firewater, I'll keep this in a fridge. So in this case the honey will preserve our syrup. And that's how easy it is to make the elderberry syrup. I'm just going to stir this until the crystallized honey dissolves. I stirred a cup of that honey real well. I'm just going to pour this in this jar. A little bit left. This one is now ready. Put the lid on. I've labeled it elderberry syrup, and this is ready. I'm going to make some delicious treat. I'm using 400 grams of runny honey to this jug. 422 I'll do. And to this we're going to add about 60 grams of cocoa powder. So I'll zero this out. And let's put maybe a little bit more because I've got more honey. Put 80 grams. Oh, that's a lot. 78, perfect. And now I'm going to whisk this together, put it back in a jar, and that's it. And this is gonna make us a delicious drink in these cold days. So I'm just going to heat up some milk in a minute, and we're going to pour some of this deliciousness in there and have a taste test. I've just read this on a web and I thought, oh, that sounds delicious. So you're supposed to whip this up. I hope I haven't put too much cocoa in. It did say between 50 and 70 gram to 400 gram of honey. Perhaps I just need to be patient. Just keep doing this. I'll put a cup of milk and put 3 teaspoons of this mixture. Oh, looking good! Wow! Honey, cocoa, cocoa deliciousness. I am tempted to try this. Let's try it. Oh my god, that's delicious. That is delicious. I'm making yogurt next. So I've just heated up our raw goat's milk for 162 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds to pasteurize the milk. Now I'm waiting until that cools down to about 110 to 15 degrees Fahrenheit, and then my already, look at this yogurt, what we made last week, already ready yogurt. It will go to that heated milk. So probably a cup, I'm going to put a cup to a liter or something like that. Meanwhile, I've got all this beautiful yogurt. I'm going to make a rosehip yogurt. So let's use 2 cups one, just a bit too much in here. We only need like about 2 cups. 2 cups, and the rest will go to the new mixture. This natural yogurt is amazing, full of live bacteria. What is best for you and your family. I'm going to use a quarter of a cup of rosehip jam. Pour that in there. Give it a good mix and have a taste test. And it's how easy to make a homemade rosehip jam. So we picked this rosehip together. We made the rosehip jam together. We know what goes in it. You know, we put what we put in it. And same with the yogurt. It's homegrown, home-raised, homegrown. We know what we're going to put in it. And the best part is the taste test. This is the best yogurt you can make. That is delicious. Okay, I'm going to put this in a jar, tidy up my mess. Still got a little bit left in here. I'm going to put this in this jar because we're going to put the fresh to this jar. You with me? Okay, so heats up the milk, froths it up hopefully a little bit. I'm gonna get a cup of this milk, and then I'm going to put, look, this looks amazing. Wow. Okay. I think 2 is gonna be enough. Oh, I am so curious what this is gonna turn out. I think this might just be the perfect, most delicious hot chocolate. Oh. Let's try. It's a bit hot. Oh, it's delicious. That is delicious. Cheers.